Welcome everyone. Thank you all for coming to celebrate Nalini. Before we begin, I'd just like to send out a big cheer to everyone who's joining us online. Because we've got people joining us from around the world to celebrate tonight. So that's really exciting. Just a little bit of housekeeping. In case of emergency, the front and back door exits are where you need to find, which is out the back there or where you came in. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah. So the toilet is through the back there, and there's a light on, so you'll be able to find it. There's also one upstairs, which also has a light on. I think that's all. So before we hear from Nalini, we've actually got a couple of speakers to join us tonight. Our first guest for the evening is a corporate public relations and media and music wonderful person, genius. Genius. They've been in the industry for over 40 years and is the co-founder of Woodlands Media and is broadcaster and the winner of the CMAA Legacy Awards in 2017 for his outstanding contribution as a leader in the field of media and the arts. Please put your hands together for Wes J. Hi, welcome. Thank you.
What can you say after that? And you're thinking some old bloke with grey hair all the way down here was coming in. I really think so. Hey, my name's Wes J. And it's a real...
Wes, you need to use the mic.
Oh, you've really got to do this.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to try it this way then. How's that? I didn't know how sensitive or not this was going to be. Nalini first made contact with me in 2016, so I haven't known her for a lot of time. That's almost 3 years ago. And a mutual friend of ours was Anton Becker, who has also endorsed the book. He suggested that Nalini get in touch with me to promote a remix of a song that she'd put together, which was called Resonate. And the idea was to take that song out to Christian radio, which I did. But before we got started, I said to her, "Why do you want to release this?" Do you remember?
I do, yeah.
This is what she said. I'm going to quote you here. "To be brutally honest, I don't even know why I'm releasing this song. I don't see myself performing in front of 10,000 teenagers at a music festival for a start. If anything, I'm happy to be in the background, to be a writer for existing artists who have already established platforms." Then she went on, "Never would I have said this several years ago." You don't have to be a psychologist to get what she was saying and to read in the cracks. Just read a book, you'll get all the cracks. Truly. Like each of us, Nalini had dreams. Big dreams. Realistic dreams. The book tells the story of someone whose musical dreams were shattered, sometimes at her own hand, others through cruel people who had authority and misused it over her. Like Kylie Minogue though, Nalini has a voice inside her. I'm going to quote Kylie, or at least one of her songs. "Get knocked down, back up again, I'll never give in." You know the song? On the ball. You can say that. This book is the story of someone who's been knocked down. And sometimes, as in her email to me when she first made contact with me, or at least was the second email, she wasn't even sure why she was kept going on. But I know why, and so do you. And that is because she's never been knocked out.
Yes.
Knocked down, and by the way, Her story is my story in some ways, and it's your story too. We've all been knocked around. We've been knocked around, and it's knocked our confidence. It's knocked our faith sometimes. But we're here. Somehow, through whatever circumstances we've been in here, this is a book that I know you're going to identify with. Because I read it. I want to congratulate you on your book. It's a great piece of writing, and it's compelling. It's honest, and it's raw. But not in the sense of, ripping off the Band-Aid and have a look at my scars. But rather, I'm just going to open them up a little bit. You're going to want to read every single flippin' page. Don't just skim through it, because I know that's what people do with books. There is a gem on every page. There really is. You're going to traverse every emotion that we have. You're going to cry sometimes. And you're going to say, I've known Nalini for ages, but I never knew that. There's going to be, you'll walk through those shattered dreams, the emotional abuse and humiliation, through to things of hope, forgiveness and joy. I also want to congratulate her family for supporting her in writing the book and helping to get it complete. You gave her the space to do it. So you're very much part of this. And to her editor, and I haven't met you yet, I hope I do. What a tremendous job. Yeah. Now, I don't know what you had to work with. I've got no idea. But I'm sure it was good. But I want to congratulate the editor because the style is consistent. Yeah. The grammar is consistent. The spelling is consistent. You are not going to go through this book and go, I missed that typo. Congratulations to you and to everybody who reads this book and embraces the message. It's time to dream again.
Thank you, Mr. Wes J. I'm pleased to announce our next guest, who is the author of My Purple Pants, an intimate and raw account of her upbringing and life into adulthood. She is the winner of Mother of the Year of 2014, and please put your hands together for Mrs. Samantha Jackal.
Wow. They say that Venice, Italy is a city of love. And Nalini and I have a really special relationship, and it just happened to start in Venice, Italy. So I found love. I have my husband, of course. So over the last 7 months, I've gotten to know Nalini, not only the small time we spent in Venice together, but here in Australia. And it has been an incredible journey to watch Nalini grow and write her story out on paper, and to spend time with her and to be able to pray with her and share with her along the journey of writing such an intimate story. And it is an intimate story. It's, if you, the minute you begin to read her story, you will see her heart. And she writes with an open heart, and she writes with a heart of love. And you see that right through the pages, and you see that the minute you meet her, you know, she's full of love and she's full of light. And you read that in her every page that you turn. This incredible woman that just loves so passionately. And so it's been such a privilege for me to be able to be part of this with her. And and to read her personal story. And even though I've only known Nalini for such a short time, I feel like I've known her for such a long time. And I encourage you, I think this book is not just for you, but it's for your friends, it's for your families. It's going to start conversations that maybe are hard to start. And it's going to give you opportunity to speak into people's lives and to draw from Nalini's experience. But, the outstanding thing I think I got as I was reading through Nalini's story is her absolute love for God, and her passion for God. She never lost her faith, even though it got pretty stormy, and even though life really did become a battle at times, she never ever lost her faith. And that is just incredible for someone to have such a deep love and passion for Christ, that they never walk away from it, but they stick with it. So congratulations. I'm so excited. And I'm looking forward to the next part. I don't believe the journey stops right here. I was saying to Nalini yesterday, I believe this is only the beginning, and there'll be another book. So I'm waiting.
Our next guest is a man who built his reputation as an entrepreneurship coach, keynote speaker, business writer, and media influencer. He co-authored Millionaire Coach, which has become an international bestseller. He is also Nalini's editor. Please welcome Mr. Federico Bay.
Thank you. I can't believe I'm standing here finally looking at the book which I've been imagining for such a long time with Nalini. Look, I've had the absolute honour and pleasure of knowing Nalini now for 5 years. Starting off as a great friend, and obviously with extended family, Sandra and the beautiful children, but also getting to know Nalini as a musician. And that was firstly my realisation of how creative, innovative, influential Nalini really is as a person. And then when I came across her passion and her desire to write a book, it was like, wow, that as well. So I've got to firstly say that I'm deeply honoured to be given that, important role of editing your book. I've enjoyed reading every 45,000 word of that book. And I guess I'm pretty meticulous with the way things need to be written, but to be honest with you, I haven't had to do that much work. Because your creative style just was fluid, and what I particularly enjoyed about the book, that it really built up momentum as it went on. I've also got to say that your story really captivated my attention personally, looking at the jagged road that you took or have taken in your life from continent to continent, and even from career to career, and just juggling the many facets of your life, being a mum or an early mum, but also your passion and your desire of being a musician, and many other things that followed after that. So I firstly congratulate you for your commitment to all those different things and your ability to juggle so many difficult balls at one point in time. I personally think that this book does speak to all kinds of readers, the non-believers, the believers, and I think it really does make you stop and think about everyone's life. Like the gentleman over there was saying about, we all have our story to tell, our obstacles, our challenges, and really this brings that into sharp focus. So as I was reading each chapter, I realised, hey, I can relate to that, and it was great to learn from you how you dealt with that, and obviously for you, your faith prevailed constantly, and personally I've learnt a lot from that. Look, I just wanted to again thank you all for tonight and the great achievement you've achieved tonight with that milestone, so well done.
Thank you to all of our speakers. Before I introduce Nalini, I'd just like to say a few words. Over the past few years, I've had the honour of getting to know Nalini. She is not just an incredible singer and now published author, but she's been an incredible friend and mentor to me. We've journeyed together. Over the past year, I've actually had the privilege of walking beside her as she held her Unwind and Positivity events, and hopefully some of you got to them. They were not only a unique way of presenting her story and her music, but they're also a window into what we get to read in our book. They were just like, they were a taste of what's in here. So I really hope that you'll enjoy reading this. It'll take you on a bit of a roller coaster. But that's Nalini. She'll also walk beside you through your roller coasters. So here she is.
Sorry, I just had to play that because I had this, it's going to auto switch off in 10 minutes. I was like, no, I don't want the piano to switch off, please. Okay, do we have audio? No? There we go. 1, 2. Are we there? Nice. Hello, everyone on the live stream. It's so good to have you. Thank you for joining us. And everyone that are here tonight, all of you that are here tonight, thank you for coming. I'm so overwhelmed. I can't believe we've gotten to this point. It's been 21 years of journaling, actually. And after that, I think I just got to the point where I realized it's a powerful story. And so I've been writing this book now for about a year, and I can't believe I've got it in my hand. It's so insane. Like, it's so crazy. Anyway, so of course I've got some people I need to thank, and I just felt how better to do it than to actually read some of the acknowledgements in the book. And it's going to add a depth by me doing this tonight, because some of the people who are in the book are actually in this room. And so those who are in the room are going to have to come and stand in this little space here. I do apologize, specifically for the people that are watching on the live stream, because we have people from all over the world, from our many lives, so all the way back to Zimbabwe, the UK as well. Who else we've got? LA, San Francisco, which is so crazy. So for all of you on the live stream, we're going to have everyone come up, okay, so that you can see their faces. I know some of you were messaging me earlier today saying, we want to see Mary and Ashok. So you're going to see Mary and Ashok, okay? All right. So let me get started, because I'm already taking up too much time, but here we go. There would be no book if it wasn't for the people in my life who loved me, carried me through my darkest days, and saw potential in me when I didn't see it in myself. Okay, so there's tissues spread across this room. I think I might need all of them. Okay, so if I could please ask my mum and dad to just come and stand next to me. If you can get off the sofa, sorry. It's a little cushy. You're up. Come and join me, please, 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 please. And you have to wave to the camera, because you guys are really the celebrities. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your love and support for us all.
She doesn't have the mic. There you go, Mum.
Silent.
Can you say your thank you again, please?
Thank you so much, everybody that's watching, and we just love you so much. Thank you also for your great support, because part of Nalini's story is also part of our story, and we're just so grateful that you're online with us tonight. Bless you.
Oh. Ramon, I hope you're catching videos and... Okay, Mum and Dad. Wow, I don't even know where to start. Thank you so much for believing in me when I was a tiny little girl with this desire to study piano. You spent your life savings on a piano for me, and you pursued piano lessons on my behalf, even when I didn't want to study and I was tired and I was weary. You stood by me in London when things went pear-shaped. You have always been there. You are my rock, and I am so thankful for you both. And I have here, thank you for your endless love and support. Let's hope the next is an even tastier morsel. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you both. To Mrs. Yend, if you are online, I just want to say thank you for being the best piano teacher a girl could ever ask for. I love you, I love you, I love you. To Helen and Paul, your friendship carried us through. I love you guys, sending you so much love. Okay. Oh, this girl's a special one. Bev Lawson, can you come, please? Bev flew in from New Zealand on Wednesday to be with us specifically tonight. Oh, can you just give her a round of applause, please?
It's such a joy to be with you, Nalini. It really is.
Thank
and
you.
It just means so much, and it just takes me back to those times when we shared with each other.
I know. It's so special.
Thank you.
Auntie Bev, Uncle Kev, who's no longer with us but is in glory. Rhett, Vern, Dane, Tamlin, because I know you're on the live stream. To me, you are family. And I love you so dearly. Thank you. Your story has been written, okay? I love you. Thank you so much. Come, guys, let's just give her a round of applause, please. Don't get tangled now, will you? We can't go and have an injury at a book launch. I mean, for goodness sake. Ilza, I love you, and I am so thankful for your strength. You spoke into me when I needed it most. I love you, girl. Auntie Ruth and Uncle Richard. Wow. Okay. These guys are just amazing. And this morning I got news from Auntie Ruth. She texted me and she said, Uncle Richard's had a heart attack and he's in hospital right now. So Auntie Ruth, Uncle Richard, and all the family, if you are on the live stream, I love you. I'm praying for you, Uncle Richard. Get better because you've got a book to read, okay? All right. I just want to say thank you for loving me and accepting me even when I didn't deserve it, okay? Federico, you are an editing genius. Here's to New York in advance, okay? Yeah. I said to him, New York bestseller, mate. And he goes, yep. I said, oh, okay. He was a little positive. Okay. It might not be this one, but it could be the 100th. You have to dress up for that one. All right, I'm excited. Okay, my two sons. Now, Ramon, you are on the camera. Can you just come here for a second, just so people can see you on the live stream? Can you do a selfie? Into the distance. Okay. Ramon, put the camera down, dude, because I need to talk to you for a second. Okay, so to my two sons, Ramon and Bjorn. Bjorn can't be here tonight, but he should be on the live link. I love you, Bjorn. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for allowing your mum to be open and honest in order to help others do the same, especially as you have lived and witnessed much of this journey. I love you more than you'll ever know. Okay, love you, buddy. So proud of you. My babe, come here. Sorry, because your family are watching. Yes, they are. So you've got Mama watching, you've got Tatinia watching, you might even have Manito and Nikki watching. So to all of you guys, we love you. Thank you for all your support. That's Sandra's big moment. My babe, my hubby, my best friend. Whew, Sandro, you have never doubted that one day our lives would tell an incredible story. Thank you for believing in me, for playing Bob Marley, holding me close, bringing laughter in the midst of chaos, and providing a sense of stability in the storm. I love you, babe. So proud of you. And of course, my Jesus, I love you. Thank you for never leaving me, for being my guiding light when darkness surrounds me, and for being my ever-present help in trouble. I will not fear. Okay, so I'm going to paint the picture quickly, and then I'm going to read a little portion from the book. Can't have a book launch and not read a portion from the book, right? Okay, so let me paint the picture. I'm 18 years old. I have just left my childhood home in Zimbabwe. I was born in India, but I'm in Zimbabwe. It's a long story. You can read the book. And I've just left to move to London to pursue my music career. It's about 4 months in. I've got a job at Penguin Books. had to have a couple of checkups with the doctor because I didn't think everything was okay, 100%. So I had some tests. He calls me at work. And he says, Nalini, you need to come in after work today. Is there any chance? And I was like, dude, no doctor calls you in after work on the same day. So as you can imagine, I am churning all the way to the doctor, okay? He sits me down and he tells me I'm pregnant. And I'm like, there's no way I can possibly be pregnant because I have been in London firstly for 4 months. I haven't seen my boyfriend for 4 months. And in fact, he had just arrived to visit on holiday, and we had decided we were going to do things by the book and no more messing around. So I said, no, there's just no chance that I could be pregnant. And he said, okay, well, that kind of makes sense because your dates are really skew, and it looks like you're around 7 months. Okay, so I go into detail. I do share about that in here, but I was completely floored. Okay, so this is now going forward. Everything was a blur. I remember feeling a sudden surge of heat running through my body. I began sweating, my fingers felt all clammy, and I stood to my feet, staggered to the door, feeling as though I was going to be sick. I needed to get out, find the bathroom fast, or there would be vomit everywhere. I shoved the bathroom door open with both hands, got as far as the line of cubicles, when my body literally gave way, and I collapsed to the floor. When I came around, all I saw was the luminous green walls of the bathroom slowly appearing into focus. I sat myself up off the black stone, freezing cold floor. Still in shock, I realized I had abandoned the doctor and should probably get back. I washed my face with cold water as if in an attempt to wake myself up from a nightmare. It didn't work. It was real. The face staring back at me in the mirror was a stranger. As I looked back at myself and started to tell the reflection to pull yourself together, the hair on the back of my neck stood to attention as I grappled with the thoughts I never imagined I'd ever have. If I abort now, no one would ever know. With that, I knew what I needed to do. And so, without a second thought, I stumbled back into the doctor's office. I took a deep breath in, and he looked up from his notes, staring straight into my eyes. Before I could utter a word, he lifted up his right hand, pointed his index finger at me, and said with a very stern, fatherly voice, "Abortion is out of the question. You are too far gone." I didn't know what to say, but it was his last few words that hit me like a 50-ton truck. It would be too dangerous for you. It was as if his words woke me up from some kind of comatose. It would be too dangerous for me? I mean, it would kill my baby, and you're worried that it would be too dangerous for me? I couldn't even believe that abortion had crossed my mind. Abortion went against everything I had grown up to believe, and yet here I was thinking to myself, no one would ever know. His words rocked me to the core and certainly shook me back into reality. I've got to face this. There is no other way. Okay, so while I was preparing to speak with you tonight, I asked myself what would be the one question I think that would be pressing on people's lips. And I thought, well, probably the title, The Orange Hue. Why the orange hue for a book title? Well, I'm going to explain it in this next little portion. So keep in mind the conversation that I've just had, okay? It had begun raining by the time I'd left the doctor's surgery, and the fog had dropped. The wind and its tears were beating against my face, adding to my own tears that were already falling. It was pitch black, and the only source of light guiding my way was the orange hue from the street lamps that reflected on the tarmac. I couldn't see clearly, and I certainly couldn't think clearly. Everything was a blur. My heart was in absolute turmoil. What was going to happen to my music dream now? How am I going to tell my boyfriend? What if he leaves me? What if he just boards the next flight back to Zimbabwe and never wants to see me again? How am I going to face my parents ever again? I headed straight to the telephone box. that stood outside Tesco Express on Staines Road in Hounslow to call my man. Okay. When I boarded that plane for London to pursue my dream, I had this sense that I had a green light, that it was time. This is your time, baby girl. Now's your time to shine, right? That I was going to connect up with the correct music team, the correct manager, and I was going to hit the road and be the next best thing. So in my mind, I had a green light. As soon as I got the word from the doctor that night and found myself on the streets in West London in this orange hue, it suddenly felt like there was just a red light blaring at me, okay? Like, that's it, that's my life over. I'm never going to be now the musician that I thought I was created to be. I'm never going to be able to travel the world. I'm never going to be able to live the life that I feel like I have spent my whole life preparing for. And it just seemed like a massive red light. Many years later, and after journaling for many years, it became apparent that it was an orange light. It just wasn't quite the right time. And so I ask you, maybe there are dreams that were etched on the inside of you from when you were just a little child that haven't come to fruition yet. What is the possibility that maybe, just maybe, it's not because you've had a red light, but rather just an orange light? Eh? Okay, so I've got one last little bit that I'm going to read to you. Actually, should I sing now and then read the last little bit? Let me do that. I'm going to sing you a little song and then I'm going to read you one tiny little bit and then I'm done. Okay. We might need to drop the music. Actually, Shane, could you just close the laptop that's under there? Okay. Still remember how the cold air stung my nose the day he broke the news. I knew that it all changes. Struggling to embrace my new reality. How will I face this road in front of me? Yeah, it all changes. I'm still the same girl that I used to be, just wearing a new scar. When the dream is out of reach and I'm falling all alone in the dark, drowning and unable to breathe, got to believe I have the strength to go on. Remember, new scars heal. Remember, new scars heal. Scarlet lives can't be for one of trying. Scarlet is the color when a dream dies. Time for bleeding changes. Won't surrender now or ever my dream. Got to wait till winter melts and leaves me free. Yeah, spring is budding. I'm still the same girl that I used to be, just wearing a new scar. When the dream is out of reach and I'm falling all alone in the dark, drowning and unable to breathe, got to believe I have the strength to go on. New scars heal, remember. New scars heal. So I am pleased to say my boyfriend did not leave me. We've been married 21 years. And I did not abort. And my boy is here. Nalini Tranquim. Where are you, young man? The reason why I specifically wanted the book launch tonight, April 2019, despite the public holiday and a lot of people being away, I wanted it this month because it's my son's 21st birthday this month. So he turned 21 a couple of weeks ago. And Ramon, I just want to say, your name means protector. And I really believe in my heart that you protected me by, I don't know, almost as if you lay hidden within my womb for so long, because I was definitely in a position where I would have made a very foolish decision, because you have been a delight to my heart, and I love you so, so dearly. And so this is actually for you, okay? All right? Okay, I just want to read you one last little bit, and then I'm done. And then we can start partying. Bring it on. Okay, so this is a message for each one of you. Are you listening? Okay. Get out there and figure out who you are, and then give it all you've got. Will there be obstacles along the way? Hell yeah. But through it all, your audacity will become a force to be reckoned with. You too will become resolute, unwavering, held together with a determination that sees no boundaries. And now, to the desolate dreamers who have been battered and bruised so severely that you've come to believe you'll never achieve it, the flicker of your flame may feel as though it's fading, but when it's time, the orange hue will turn to green. You will begin to dream again. Your own white flag of strength will rise. You will be able to dust off the dirt from your knees and stand again. You'll have the courage to scream, "Shame on you haters and mediocrity waders. I will not settle. I will run my race. I will finish its course, and I will bring life and revival to everyone I meet along the way, all of whom at some stage will face their own orange hue."
Thank you for writing this book. Thank you for sharing your heart, but taking us on a journey, but in a relatable way that it kind of relates to each of our journeys. You've just put it into words. And that song gets me every time. Honestly, I heard that song about a year ago when I first started helping with the high teas and wine nights, and it broke me. Completely blubbering mess on the couch. But every time I hear it, it just speaks to me in different ways, and it's a real story of triumph. It is triumphant, just as this book is, and it will, I think it's going to be, that song is just going to be in a movie.
We hit the studio in June, so
okay, good.
Watch this space.
Everyone needs to buy it the second it comes out, because it's going to go into a movie, I'm sure. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. If you'd like to come out with the books, and this is it.
Everyone gets a copy. Thank you.
Samantha. Where are you, babe?
I appreciate you all standing
Where's my babe?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I held it together last night, that was so. But Jess is not here, but she did make them very
There.
nice. We need to keep those aside.
And Susan's not
Oh, Susan's here. She's perfect.
Amazing. Now that you all have your books, we have one last thing to do, and that is to put the book online. So, just before the book signing commences, I'm going to introduce Jesse Zalay, and he is a website and internet genius. So here you go.
Thank you. How's everyone doing? This is so exciting, far out. So just before we're gonna do a countdown in a minute, but just before we get to a countdown, I'd just like to let everyone know that if you go online and if you want extra copies of the book, you can go online as soon as we go live and buy your own an extra copy, and then you can get it from Dasha, who's around somewhere. At the Wine Barrel. That's right. At the Wine Barrel over here. Yeah. And then, and if you put in the code launch, we won't charge you shipping. Yes. No worries. Awesome. So, if sure, let's do that. How we want to do this? Does everyone want to stand or yeah? Everyone stand. Yeah.
Okay, you ready, guys? Let's do it. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, it wouldn't be a book launch without toasting the author. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would...
do we have our glasses?
Yeah, do we have our glasses? If anyone would like to grab a drink.
Okay, let's grab drinks first. Because we've got to all have
We
a
have-
drink to be able to serve. Do you want one of the little champagne? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And everyone who's online, make sure you've got a drink, okay? So we can all drink together. Now's your chance, quick. Everyone got a drink? Almost. Are we good?
I'm too excited.
Are we all happy? Are we all glass full? Excellent. So if we'd like to raise our glasses to Nalini and the Orange Hue. To Nalini.
So thank you all for coming, and I hope that you'll enjoy this book. It's incredible, and it means a lot that each of you are here tonight to celebrate. So enjoy the night, grab some more drinks and some food. Thank you.
Do you want to say something to close on here?
On the live?
Yeah, you can do it just on the mic.
With the mic?
Just do it directly on the mic. I've changed the mic.
Okay. Guys, I love you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Cheers. Here's to the book. I hope you enjoy it. I love you heaps, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? God bless. Mwah.
Awesome.